I've always been drawn to abandoned places, those forgotten corners of the world that time has left behind. So, when I heard about the old school bus deep in the woods, it was only a matter of time before curiosity got the better of me. They called it Bus 13, a name that sent shivers down the spines of the locals. It was a chilly autumn afternoon when I decided to embark on my adventure. Armed with a camera and a backpack, I ventured into the dense forest that concealed the legendary school bus. The foliage was thick, and the sunlight struggled to penetrate the canopy above. Each step I took seemed to echo through the trees, making me acutely aware of my solitude. After an hour of trudging through the undergrowth, I finally caught a glimpse of it, a rusted hulk of yellow, half buried in the earth. Bus 13 had certainly seen better days. Its windows were shattered, and its tires had long since rotted away. Vines and moss had claimed it as their own, turning it into an eerie, natural monument. I couldn't resist the urge to explore, to document the relic of a forgotten time. As I approached the bus, I noticed an unsettling stillness in the air. The forest seemed to hold its breath, as if aware of the sinister history that clung to Bus 13. I hesitated at the entrance, the torn doors hanging open like a sinister grin. Then, with a deep breath, I stepped inside. The interior was a mess of decaying seats and broken glass. Faded graffiti adorned the walls, relics of the bus's previous life. As I moved deeper into the bus, the temperature seemed to drop, and an unshakable sense of unease settled over me. It was as if the very air inside was heavy with the weight of forgotten memories. I raised my camera, determined to capture the eerie beauty of the place. That's when I heard it, the faint, distant sound of children's laughter. My heart skipped a beat. There was no way there could be children here in the heart of this desolate forest. Yet the laughter grew louder, closer. I turned in every direction, but there was no one to be seen. I decided to leave, my unease growing with each step. But as I reached for the door, it slammed shut with a deafening thud. Panic surged through me as I yanked on the handle, but it wouldn't budge. I was trapped inside Bus 13, and the laughter was now deafening, echoing off the walls. I fumbled for my phone, my hands trembling, and dialed 911. But there was no signal. The laughter grew louder, filling the bus as if a horde of invisible children were playing right beside me. "Who's there?" I shouted, my voice trembling. "This isn't funny." The laughter stopped abruptly, replaced by an eerie silence. I stood there, my heart pounding, when suddenly the bus lurched into motion. It was impossible. There was no engine, no driver, but the bus was moving, picking up speed as it rolled through the forest. I clung to a seat, my mind reeling. The windows were a blur of passing trees, and I had no idea where the bus was taking me. I tried to force open a window, but they were all sealed shut, as if the forest itself conspired to keep me inside. The laughter returned, louder and more malicious. I could feel their presence now, countless unseen eyes watching me, mocking me. And then, through the fogged windows, I saw them. Ghostly figures of children, their faces twisted into ghastly grins, their eyes empty voids. Desperation overtook me and I screamed, pounding on the windows, begging for release. But the bus sped on, deeper and deeper into the woods, as if it were on a relentless journey to the heart of darkness. Hours passed, maybe even days. Time lost all meaning as I remained trapped on Bus 13, surrounded by the malevolent laughter of the ghostly children. My fear turned to madness, and I could no longer distinguish reality from hallucination. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the bus came to a halt. The doors creaked open, and I stumbled out into a clearing in the woods. It was the dead of night, and the moon cast an eerie glow over the scene. Bus 13 sat before me, no longer a decrepit relic, but a pristine, gleaming yellow school bus. The laughter had ceased, replaced by a haunting silence. I knew I had to get away, to escape the nightmare that had become my reality. I turned and ran, not looking back, pushing through the dense undergrowth until I reached a road. A passing car stopped, and the driver called for help. I was rescued, but my mind was forever scarred by the ghostly ride of Bus 13. To this day, I can't explain what happened in those woods, and I don't think I ever will. But I know one thing for certain. I will never forget the laughter of the ghostly children, a haunting reminder of the horrors that can lurk in the most unexpected of places.